Oh, what's up, everyone? Hi, everyone in who in our community call today. So, can you guys please visit the link I just sent to the chat channel, and you guys visit that link, and then just follow the instruction to receive the experience points. Okay, so let's begin. Um, the guest will come late, but yeah, we just start the community call first, and then like the guest will join later. All right, so first, thank you everyone for coming to the community call today, and it's already like 2 week process. Now that we meet each other again, with many familiar faces that we have here, like and thank everyone for coming. Yeah, thank everyone again. Like, thank everyone for coming to for joining the community call of OpenGuild and always be there for us. So a little bit about like the section that we're gonna talk today. We're gonna discuss a bit about Depin. Okay, so what's Depin? Depin is stand for Decentralized Physical Infrastructure Network. You guys like the first time if you guys you know hear this acronym, you might find that it's difficult to understand like what is the decentralized physical infrastructure network. Too many questions in mind, right? But yeah, don't worry, like that's the purpose of the community call today, that we're gonna start unveiling anything about this concept, and then like what is the state of depend on Polkadot. Okay, so first, before like we come into the main content of the community call today, we just let's review a bit about OpenGuild. I hope that you guys always remember this. So what is OpenGuild? OpenGuild is a Web3 Web 3.0 hub for Polkadot enthusiasts and Polkadot builders in Southeast Asia region. Yeah. So a little bit about our special guest. So the OpenGuild teams already invite Mr. Han Yin, who is the co-founder and CTO at PHALA Network, who's also who's an ex Google software engineer and lead developer of Bitcoin Gold. All right. Okay, so now let's go to the main content today. Depend. So before we talk about Depin, some people who join late, if you guys join late, we please revisit like this link. I just I just add in the chat box to claim the XP. So it's gonna be up to like 100 XP for any participant of the hacker of the community code. All right. So what is the Depin? So Depin is a decentralized physical infrastructure network. So let's start with a brief overview of what Depin is all about. So like if you already in the crypto space, you might know about DeFi, GameFi, and those acronym it stand for a niche space in the whole Web3 ecosystem. And now we have Depin. Um, Personally, like to me, like Depin is like the core value and also like the most promising things that the blockchain bring to the reward. Like before, like when I join, maybe like I'm not experienced too experienced with those play space yet, but like when I experience with DeFi or GameFi, like I don't have a sense that this is gonna be a thing in the future. However, like with the pin, like I already try a few products that build on top of like the big infrastructure, and then like those are very an interesting project, and I definitely will show you guys a demo and also like some project that in the pin space, and PHALA Network is one of those. So yeah, so and now we get back. So the pin let's break down it into two parts: decentralized and physical infrastructure network. So what is the physical infrastructure network? So the physical infrastructure network is basically a network of multiple physical devices connect together to form a network infrastructure. So if you familiar with like the traditional internet, you know that like our internet nowadays is constructed by many little pieces of devices connect together to construct a LAN or local area network, and then the local area network gonna expand out and then like connect to other network in the whole world, and then it's become a one, and then later it's become the internet. So that is the infrastructure, the physical network that you require the physical devices. Like here I have an image that you can see, like in our traditional network you require a switch, a router, and also like some cable, and then all the things like it's in the Internet of Things. You have robot, camera, and kind of things that is connect to these physical devices. And our PC and also like our laptop also to connect to these physical device. This physical device is a first citizen component of the whole network. This try to connect together and construct a very a big whole things. So based on the definitions from IBM, like this is captured from the IBM article that you know that the physical network consists of the cables, um yeah, consists of like something like cable connect together, connect the different hardware residing on the network, the adapter used on computer, connected to the network. Yeah, kind of things similar to like the one that I just briefly go through. So I hope that you guys already familiar with this concept. If you're not, like just mention in the chat box, and I will gonna try to explain it in a different way. Right. So now like we clear like what is the physical network in the OSI model. Just a little bit about some technical concept about the the networking. So like our internet nowadays is constructed by seven different layers of OSI, and simply speaking, like the physical network is from the layer one to the layer six. So it's basically everything needed to operate the network and help it to run successfully. That is the physical infrastructure network layers. So a little bit about the pin, our traditional pin. So we have like the internet, like I already described. So like you have many little physical devices connect together to the router, the switch, Wi-Fi router to construct the whole big internet. And um, our internet that is provide the data sharing platform, like a very little bit. uh, bit by bit data sharing platform, and also like bandwidth, computing power. Um, and then we have like the pin is also in telecommunication. So telecommunication, like to have like the 4G, 3G or 5G nowadays, like you require the Ethernet and also the telegraph signal flag cable that also like connect together to construct a very big network for telecommunication. Even for example, like the very first version of the telecommunication is the telephone, right? Which is the one-to-one telecommunication, and the like the telephone network is require like two telephone and also like a big cable and a cable that connect these two telephone so that you can communicate with each other across different region. And cloud, like cloud offers computing power, but like the cloud under the underlying layer of the cloud also have many different computer connect together to provide computing resources to a whole big network. Okay, so what is Depin? I have a video right here, and I will. It's quite short, just 1 minute, and hopefully you guys um, can watch it with me. Okay, so as we watch like the video, you see like the pin is applied in many different aspects nowadays, like in supply chain, in vehicle sharing, in computing sharing, and many other aspects. Now we're gonna deep dive a bit into the pin and its component. So the pin gonna have like two different components in the pin, two different type of network, I say. So we have like digital resource network and physical resource network. So the digital resource network, you can imagine our Google Cloud platform, or the Amazon Web Service, or also like Dropbox, is the kind of things that incentivize people to direct deploy the hardware to offer the fungible digital resources. So you can say like it's a Google Cloud platform, but in the Web3 concept. Also about how about like the physical resource network? So the definition say that like it's incentivize people to direct and deploy location dependent hardware to offer real world non-fungible goods and services. So think about like mobility and energy or connectivity, something more physical. So what do we need? So why do we need Depin? With our internet today, or the cloud platform, or also like the telecommunication, why do we need a solution, a solution like Depin, right? So the things with our existing infrastructure is centralized. It is not very scalable, like because like I say like it's centralized, right? And then like for any for any company behind this solution, um, let's say like um let's say like Amazon Web Service, if they want to scale out, they have to scale um on their own, and they or like by their partner, they cannot scale using like the community power. So depend like enhance the security and efficiency of physical infrastructure network by eliminating the single point failure, and also like reducing the risk of tampering or manipulation. This is a concept that you can see in any peer-to-peer network documentation, or like the blockchain documentation. So basically, the pin is trying to decentralizing our existing network, which is a server-based network, to a peer-to-peer based network. Okay, so the advantages of blockchain in the pin. Um, why don't we have like this concept of Depin before blockchain, like before 2008 when Bitcoin like when Bitcoin first introduced to the community, right? So um before then, like, we also have some solution like BitTorrent. If you don't know, like BitTorrent, which is a peer-to-peer file sharing solution. Or we also like have Napster, which is also a nearly decentralized, music sharing platform. But all the things is still, decentralized. It's still, centralized in a way. And then, for example, in Napster, even though like it's quite common back then, but then like at a as a specific time, then like when the government notice it, and then like they apply the regulation on top of Napster, then Napster already go down. So the model that BitTorrent on Napster back then uses is not very, sustainable. And but with blockchain, like blockchain like already, solve many problems that we have like we can say like it's a century problems like a permission-led network scalability. Like to join a blockchain network, you have everything, like you have, many things called like consensus algorithm. And when you join a network, it is like the whole network, also like your participations is decided by by the community, not a single party. So there's no required permissions to join the network. So it's quite scalable. Transparency and traceability. So I think like all the blockchain fork right here, you guys know that like all the data that you see on the blockchain, that you can see it on the public explorer. And for example, like the data in the smart contract, or like the transaction, like from A sent to B or something like that. Like everything is transparent. And incentivizing the network resource provider. So the net, so oh, wait, that's bad. Yeah, but that's okay. Like, yeah, we just, continue and then like explore about the pin. I hope that we can, have another section with Hang in the future. Um, but yeah, we just, continue. Okay. So the network resource provider. So when you give someone something, that you expect them to give you back something, right? Like at least you must, receive some kind of benefit, um, some kind of benefit, if you want to, to contribute to some kind of network. So let's say like I want to run an alternate, and I want to contribute to my like country country telecommunication network. Then it's not very good because like it's controlled and governed by a government. And so like when I join it, like there's nothing that I gonna ensure that I gonna be incentivized, I gonna receive the benefit back. So I'm not incentivized to do that. So like blockchain already solves something called like the incentive layer on top of our existing infrastructure network and borderless payment processor. So each bullet point contribute to each other. So like to incentivize the network resource provider over the world, that you at least needs a payment processor. You cannot use a Visa card because the Visa card is still something like some country still not allow Visa card, right? And then uh also like it requires some legal regulation if you want to apply the payment processor to your solution. So the blockchain like sending the money across the blockchain right now like it's, don't have any barrier. So it's a borderless payment processor for the network participant. Okay, next, now we explore a bit about the existing sector map of the pin. So the pin right now, like we have, let's see, like as I break down, like we have like two main Depin type. First is the physical resource network. The another one is the digital resource network. So the physical is the now let's explore the digital resource network first. So we can imagine some kind of network like the bandwidth network. Let's say like Netflix. I don't know like if it's a correct example, but like the Netflix also like help you to build a whole streaming platform that they host they host their video there. They like they provide the bandwidth streaming back the content to you. Or I can say like Twitch, like a platform that many streamer use to stream the video games. It's also it provide a bandwidth for the streamer to stream the video. storage network, Dropbox, or like Google Drive that allow you to store your data, or also like BitTorrent and also some kind of storage network, I say, and compute network, which is the Amazon Web Service EC2 or DigitalOcean Droplet, something some type that. And now we go back to the physical resource network. So we have like wireless network. I think like everyone, like every of us, have our wireless network at home. Like we have a router, a switch, and also like a Wi-Fi router to connect to the global. And even like, us right now, like to speak with each other, or if I want to resend this content like over the globe, like someone who stay in the US, like I must require some kind of network, like a wireless network, geospatial network. um I'm not an expert in I'm quite bad in this, so I don't have I don't know what is kind of things. So and then like you have like mobility network, agriculture network is applied in agriculture sector, in supply chain kind of things. Health network for checking the identity and also like checking the health record certificate of like the citizens that we already have some solution out there that apply the Depin health network in the solution. Energy network, yeah, like the green energy will be something quite common and popular in maybe like in the next 10 years, right? So um you can say like all of us are like quite familiar with all these sector and all these kind of network, because like network is the thing that you humankind always have in our um on in our daily life. And blockchain is just create all these layer on top of it to decentralize it and create a concept of Depin. Then like we have a Depin flywheel. So the Depin flywheel are gonna like clarify like the concept a bit, so like we can understand the Depin more. So so for a Depin project to be successful, I say, like you must have your own flywheel, or you at least like follow a standard flywheel. So let's say like you have like to incentivize all the people to join your network, and then like host something, like host use the mobile phone to host use the mobile phone to run a line node and then contribute of computing power back to like the modern network. You at least like need to increase a network, like you at least need to incentivize them, and by incentivizing them you will increase a network users, lead to a better token reward. When you have a token reward, you're gonna like the token reward incentivize the infrastructure deployment, like I said, and then the user generated fee boost service offering, and then like supply side road extract like user and entrepreneur, and then it's go the side called start. Okay, so as you see, like without the need of any like investment, like you don't have to go to any VC, like a big huge fund to run the network, but like you can still have your own network with with the contribution and also the participations from all the people from all the people. Um, from other people in the community. So let's say like one day like our OpenGuild community want to run our own telecommunication network. So every community member are gonna have their own phone that they can join the network. They run a node and then they receive a token, but they can still use their phone to use the 5G technology to communicate with each other. That it's gonna work too, because like we don't require like some hire middleman to control us, but like our community just run it on our own with the blockchain technology. So yeah. Okay, so now look a bit about our existing Polkadot landscape. Now we have, so currently like there's some popular project like the Peak Network, Energy WebX, Akira, the Store, Noodle Network, Rust Network, PHALA Network, which we also mentioned here, and then wait, it's hanging here already. Oh, okay. Okay, so you guys can explore you guys can explore the landscape of the Depin ecosystem in like by yourself, but like this some common project, and we also have Phala here. That's really, yeah. So now we go to the Depin use cases a bit. Then we're gonna explore the project, and I hope that you guys already get to the Depin concept. I think the Depin is quite is easier to understand compared to other concept. Like we talked about Jam 2 weeks ago, which is a very low level and technical concept. I think like most of you guys don't like it. So, but like today, like we have Depin, which is quite familiar. So let's explore a bit. So the Depin, let's start with Pig. So Pig right now, like they have bunches of project. You can also explore it. Like we have like 24 project on on Pig network. Um, and one of the project I really like, which is Silencio. So what is Silencio? So Silencio built on top of Pig network, and it is a noise. I can say like it's a global. It's a noise like there's a network of noise pollution data. So as you see on the landing page, they say that it's a global network to measure the noise pollution. So I already try to run Silencio a few times to receive token. So how does it work is like you're gonna install an application called Silencio on your iOS that you can download on iOS on App Store or like on Google Play, and then you download an app, and then when you go to the coffee, if any one of you here like use Shazam, like Shazam is an app that allow you to to detect a song. When you like just click a button, it's gonna detect a song. So Silencio is like that. Like when you go to a noisy place, you click a button, it run an application to detect the noise. And when you detect a noise, you submit to a network, you're gonna receive token back, which is a way to incentivize the contributor. So you see like the map right here, like it had many like people who some people already submit a lot of data across the globe about like the noise pollution. So like in the traditional network, like it's insane to to build something like this, like to deliver a solution like this, like to collect a data, like you at least need a very huge acquisition cost, that to build up a data center across the globe, and then like go to each country, build a user base, and ask them, to run their own node, and then or like run their own node, and then download an app and like run noise detection. But like with Silencio, because it's built on Pig network, and Pig network is basically built on top of another blockchain, which is Polkadot, right? Like a Polkadot network, and then like all the solution about like distribution or a distributed system already solved by the Polkadot itself and the substrate technology. So like all the node already can be run across the globe, and then you don't care about like how to run a network by your own on your own. You just build an application on top of it. Another use case is Hive Mapper. The Hive Mapper also a very interesting project. It's can you can say like it's a web 2 version of Google Map. So like when you so how the way like Google Map works and how can they collect the data across the globe. So there's some image so that um like they have their own car, like they have their own man running a car across the country with a camera on top of it to record all the location there. So, but like with Hive Mapper, like everyone can you know be can install and buy their own device, buy their own hardware, and then like you and then just install this hardware on top of another on top of your car, and then like when you go around, like, it just automatically upload the data back to like the modern network. So in that way, like you become a contributor of the whole network, and then you can see the map right here, like that, like all the thing here is the data that also the location that is mapped into the Hive Mapper network. And yeah, like yeah, it's quite impressive because like to do this without a specific data center, just applying the blockchain technology is quite insane. also like there's also many other use cases, but now like we go to our main use case today, which is PHALA Network. So hi Han, like are you there? Before like before like we go to the PHALA Network use case, like does anyone like have any other questions about the pin? Also like about like the past use cases we just mentioned. Okay, so maybe like no one like have a question. So hello Han, like are you there? Um, I don't see like Han is our community call yet, right? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So I think like Han cannot join. I just saw he he in our community call, but I think like he cannot join because the code. Um, yeah, don't worry. Like we just continue. So about the PHALA network. So what is PHALA? So PHALA is, from my understanding, PHALA is an AI core processor and also like a cloud computing network, like a Web3 cloud computing network. The PHALA provide like some Depin tech stack that you can see here, which is the blockchain oracles, the general purpose compute, and also a middleware. Um, so you see like some from Ethereum that you have like channeling also the infrastructure solution, and you can also let's say like channeling is a Deepin project, but like with channeling you also like have channeling like they offer the Oracle and also the the VRF solution, something like that. But with Phala they also provide a similar one for the blockchain oracles, and we also like we gonna explore the blockchain oracle deeper in the next slide. Okay, so first it's about the middleware of Phala. I might not like understand these tech stack for like these technology like fully, because like I'm like I just barely research it, and yeah, but like we hope that Han can help us to is explain and also break down it later in other section. Yeah. But yeah, like the middleware. So um let's say like how to say that. Okay, so let's go to Phala Oracle first. um so the Phala Oracle, like you can explore the Phala Oracle on the Phala Brick website, that you have like the starter kit, the Lens Oracle, and on this Oracle that is provide let's say like there's a project on the awesome Phala. Say, let me just show a real world application so you guys can understand it better. So it's not like you write the fat contract with JavaScript, but like the fat contract is like a middleware, like I say, like the fat contract is a set of things that allow you to to get the option computing power, and also like the things that Phala focus on. So like right now, like Phala, they have many AI agents like OpenAI and also like BART that they show like the Phala computing network, and then provide like the AI ability across the smart contract. So if you use channeling before, or you not, like like when you go to the smart contract, you just simply like call an API, and then to get the option data. But this option is powered by a very like a very dense network, by Phala or channeling to power the smart contract and allow it like to be verified. So this option, so Phala is focused more on like option execution. Yeah, it's an execution layer, option execution layer of data. Yeah. Yeah, hope that is gonna is answer your questions. Yeah. So like in fact, like if you use Fala like as a consumer smart contract app, like let's say like it is Moonbeam smart contract because it's Moonbeam also AVM. You're gonna like send a request to the Fala like the FAT contract oracle, and then the FAT contract oracle is gonna get to like something called like the Lens API. This protocol gonna like connect and communicate with the underlying network of Fala, and then like to process and also like receive you back the data. Yeah. So as you see, like here, like you have like the number of device count on Fala. So right now, like there's nearly 30,000 device count on Fala with like the 53,000 events sent across the network. You can check it in the Depin scan website. So I will send the link to the Depin website here. Okay, so also another thing is right now, like OpenGuild is running a monthly hackathon, and we have one of the track is to introduce to you guys about the technology of Fala. So this is not like something too crazy. This is not like a very big hackathon, but like it's gonna help you. I hope that it's gonna help you to understand about the Fala technology, and also like how to apply the Fala into the production work. And so like if you not join, if you haven't joined the hackathon yet, so I hope that you guys can register to also like support the OpenView team because we spend a lot of effort on construct this hackathon track. Yeah. Uh. Okay. So is Selvin here? I think that Selvin is not in the channel yet. Okay, so if you guys, haven't get back to the hackathon, so if you guys haven't joined the hackathon and you guys want to learn about like many interesting technology, from like many interesting technology from Fala, from Unique Network, from Tansy, just register for the hackathon, and then we also have many interesting section after that, to support you guys. So, hi Sylvan, can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, I heard
Okay,
you very
you can hear
clearly.
me, right?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Shelvin.
Yeah, yeah, that's good. Yeah. Hey guys.
Hello.
I can hear you. Yeah.
Oh, I I think like yeah, can you guys hear Sylvan clearly? Because I think like from my end like it's not very clear. Maybe it's because of my device.
Okay, cool. Yeah. I think we are good.
Okay, can you say again, Sylvan?
Hello guys.
Oh, okay, I can hear you clearly. Fine.
Yeah, great.
All right. So yeah, thank you for coming to the community call today. And yeah, like we don't have we like we expected Han Yin. But yeah, like it's lucky that you have we have you here to back up him. So maybe like first can you give us a short introduction about yourself, because like many of us don't know about you yet. Yeah.
Oh yeah, sorry for that. Hang is sick when he gets up this morning. So yeah, I'm Shelvin, and I'm from PHALA Network, and I'm the lead researcher of PHALA Network. So what I do is that first I co-author our white paper and also like the whole system design, and also recently since we are our programming model called Fact Contract, and actually recently we have upgraded to AI agent contract. Yeah, so and also all these contract related products. So I'm responsible for this part. So I think yeah. So yeah, I'm very glad to have a chance to share our progress and our product today with all the audience here. Yeah.
Yeah, so awesome. So maybe like let me just go back a bit. To so right, so in this section, like in this community call, we talk about Depin, and I already go to walk through about Depin, or the concept of
Mm-hmm.
Depin, the definition, and also like the landscape of Polkadot. So we're talking about like the use cases. And I just get to the Phala network, and I think like from my end, like as the learner, I still have many questions for Phala, and I haven't understand it clearly. So hope that you can demystify it for me. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
Sure.
what I learned is about what I learned as a learner. Like I learned that like Phala have three main technology in the Deepin tech stack, which is blockchain oracles, general purpose compute, and the middleware. So now the task for you is like, can you help us to explain each of these like technology for like, let's say like we a 5-year-old learner. Can you help us
Mm-hmm.
to explain the tech? Yeah. So the first one is about the middleware. Yeah.
Sure. So, like I think first I think Phala is known for its TE network. So this means like first actually we have a lot of workers now we have over like 30K workers all around the world, and none of these workers are owned by the Phala teams, and all of them are coming from our communities or our like miners. And I think another features of it is that every workers in our network, they are TE-based hardware or trusted execution environment. So they are trusted hardware. So which means so they are special hardware that it can ensure so for every program you're running in these workers, so even if like these worker owners they have the physical access to these machines, they cannot see what's going on there. So this is also provide the promise for the correctness of the execution. So privacy and the correctness of execution. This is the major promise we have given the hardware of each workers. So so yeah, and the next, I think you have talked about three features of it, and I think the most fundamental things here is the off-chain computation part, because you can see actually we are not. There is some other project which also utilize like the trusted hardware, but I think we are using it in a different way. Is that we do not use these hardware to run like smart contracts. We are not moving smart contract inside trusted hardware. Instead, we decouple the smart contract and like the Fed contract, or we call it AI agent contract. So there are two different things. So the smart contract, for example, it can be a smart contract like on Ethereum, on Polygon, or like on any or like on Polkadot or on any like parachain. So the smart contract can be just stay anywhere, just like they are now. But on the other hand, we provide the off-chain computation program, and it's removes like all these performance limitations on the smart contract, and also they have privacy and they have like integrity promise. So, and the third part is that we provide the very strong connection between the off-chain program and any smart contract. So this is what we do. So, and this is the first part is about when we call it, it's a middleware because like all these Fed contract in our platform, they can be very easily connect to any smart contract or any chains or even like some Web2 services like HTTP APIs. So it's very easy to connect all of these things with Fed contract. So we call it that is the middleware. And then we can think about what kind of the use case we can enable with such like with such infrastructure. So I think the first thing comes to our mind is Oracle, because actually if we dig into like what Oracle does, you can find that actually the Oracle is just a connection between like some APIs, some data to the smart contract. What you do is that, for example, you request from a smart contract, and we see the request and we do as the request does. For example, it requires us to read some data from somewhere. Maybe it's for example Binance price APIs or like Twitter APIs or anything else. We use Fed contract to do that for you, and we do the like data processing, and finally we send the processed data back with the signature we provide, so you can verify these data on chain and you can process them to continue the execution. So this is how these things work. Yeah.
Oh, okay, I see. So as I understand, like middleware or PHALA Oracle and all general purpose compute processors, all the things
Mhm.
is will be like the interface of it gonna be the smart contract, right?
This depends on like how you define the interface. So, but because from our side, we still treat the smart contract as the coin, because we think that like all these data they must finally be submitted to the blockchain, or at least maybe some hash of the data need to be submitted to the blockchain, so you can verify these. And I think the precision of that contract is to connect the blockchain to the like off-chain service or even like other blockchain.
Oh, okay, I see. I see.
Mhm.
I think there's someone typing. Maybe there's someone gonna have questions. So uh, there's a question like, where do you get the data for the option?
Actually, the fact contract itself is totally programmable. So you can define your own logic with JavaScript and deploy it to our network. So this means like this data source is for you to specify. For the you just give you can just specify like a URL and maybe with some headers or some secrets. So like we can directly get that for you. So it's a programmable tools for you to use. So I think this is the part that we are different from the Chainlink, because Chainlink, for example, for Chainlink, when you want to add some data source, is kind of hard because you need to pay to them so they can do that for you. But for our part, we provide the programmable interface, so you can just write your own JavaScript, and then we will like just we are responsible for first we are responsible for running a script, and second, we are responsible for to submit your results to the smart contract. Yeah.
So you only handle this execution part. Yeah,
Yeah.
I see. But then like that the channeling like channeling charge the contract caller the a fee because like it is their business model to sustain the network. So I'm curious like how Fala sustain like the op how so Fala sustain like any call from the contract to your
Mhm.
like execution network. Like what is your business model?
Ah, yes. So now we are adopting the stake to compute part. So because for example, just imagine when you are like deploying a JavaScript to our platform, what the resource you are consumed are actually two. So first, you are using our CPU, and second, you are using our memory. So these are the only two, because we do not provide storage. You need to store the data. you can easily connect it to any storage you have, but from our side, we do not provide storage. So this means all the things you need to pay for is the CPU time and the memory. And now we adopted the stake to compute model. This means you need to stake FAR so you can FAR token so you can like use the service from our side. And for example, when one day you do not need our service anymore, you can unstake and get your token back. So this is the current thing is how it's work. And talking about oracles, so since when the oracles is submit the data on chain to the smart contracts, so what it actually do is that we are directly send a transaction from that contract to the smart contract to submit the result. So this means like you will also need to pay for the gas fee of the transaction. Otherwise, we cannot like report the data back to the smart contract. So this is the only two costs from our side. So first is the FAR token to stake, so you can keep your program running, and the second part is the gas fee used when the Oracle is reporting the data back to smart contract. Yeah,
Okay,
no extra
interesting.
fee. Yes.
So as an execution layer, like really have one other question about this part is how fast is the Fala execution layer can respond back to to like the contract call?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Very good question. So, first, so since we are the off-chain part, actually, the off-chain execution itself do not have any like performance limitation, especially compared with smart contract. We are much faster than the smart contract. So the only limitation will be on that. So, for example, when we are just as I have said, when we are sending the result back, we are actually sending a transaction to a smart contract. So for example, so this will totally depend on like how long your transaction will be included in the block. So for example, in the Ethereum, this delay can be just like maybe 10, 12 seconds. And in Polkadot, this is much faster because yeah, Polkadot has shorter block latency, so this time can be maybe reduced to like 6 seconds.
Oh, okay. Yeah, quite impressive. Mm. Okay. Yeah. Also, another things that I have a few question here.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think this question you already answered. There's another question that I think that is quite interesting. Like, so we're talking about Depin, and because Depin, like the underlying it is about like blockchain things and also like running node to contribute back to the
Mm-hmm.
Depin to the network. So like the scalability of like the question is like scalability often like poses a challenge in decentralized system. So how does
Mm-hmm.
PHALA network address scalability within the context of Depin? Because like there's a video or an article that I saw somewhere when I researched is like right now you guys have around like 30,000 compute node, which is a
Mm-hmm.
T node, and I understand. So my
Yeah.
question is, like, how can you guys like handle the scalability, and also like as a user, can I like run my own compute node, or this is managed by like Fala?
Okay. So first, only if your like hardware is TE compatible, and now to be more specific, we support Intel SGX and recently we have updated our support to the Intel like DCAP driver support. So only if for example, you are running an Intel CPU, actually you can join our network to be a worker, and uh, since the nature of like TE, when after you have joined our workers, so actually uh, the program we are running on your computer is not controlled by you anymore. So it's totally controlled by the Fala blockchain. So like what program are deployed to the TE and how it's executed, and when the result is sent back, actually you cannot see all of them. So yeah, so this is why like TE is also known as like enclave. So now your hardware is the enclave of Phala network. The only thing is that you own the physical workers and you can get some rewards by sharing your computing power. Yeah, so this is it. And second, like how we manage or how we scale so many nodes is that actually we have our, it's kind of hard, but actually we have our own design. Is that like first, like all these workers to join our network, they must have uh, they must you have a progress of like worker registration. So in this way, they need to submit some proof, so we can verify. Okay, you are really the TE hardware, and we can verify like what's the CPU, and we call it the computing score, so we can evaluate the computing power of your hardware. And then actually like we are regularly just check all these randomly check all these hardware. So this is a secret why we can support so many nodes, because we cannot like check every nodes like in every seconds, because this is the due to the performance limitation of the blockchain. So we turn this into a random check. So there is some like mathematical expectation that like every node must be checked like after every a certain period of time. So we use this way and to ensure that we can effectively manage all these workers. Yeah. So and I think the number of workers is not a big problem, because I think by our design we can like support even like 10 times of the nodes given the current numbers. I think, and the third part is that like how, since we have so many nodes, how it can help the current Depin project. So I think usually we are thinking about two ways. So first is that we know that like to bootstrap like a Depin project is not easy. So especially like so for example, just imagine you need to have build a network of like tens of thousands of nodes within one day, within like a very short of time. So this is quite hard. And since we have already have such a decentralized network, we are very willing to share our nodes and our computing powers to this project. So at their early stage, they do not need to handle a lot of like hardware related like verifications or like management things. So they can also step out to PHALA. So they can like quickly implement their own like business logic. They can get the things running quickly, and then they can gradually build their own like network hardware network. So this is first part. We help them to easily bootstrap their business. And I think the second part is that since just as I have discussed, is that the major problem we solve is to connect the off-chain world to on-chain world. So for example, when some Depin project, they want to make their like hardware verifiable on-chain, or like they want to export some of their data
Đúng rồi, xây
on-chain.
cái đất
Okay,
của này luôn. Rồi
so
xong thì
when they are
thì
trying to do that,
dự
actually
án có điều là
they can use the help from the PHALA network, because we provide the middleware for them to connect the hardware, no matter where is their hardware. So we can, only if they have the network access, actually we can do that, and we can help them to connect their hardwares to the blockchain, any blockchain. So yeah, I think this will be the two major things we can do for the Depin projects.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, awesome answer. Like it's quite, technical, but yeah, like, yeah, very straightforward. So also I have a question, like, what is the number of what is the limited number of T? Like, are there any limited number of T? The TEE?
Sorry, what's the limited number?
I mean, like I might not understand this well, but like as I understand, like the PHALA network, they have a set of like TEE. I could say like TEE slot, and then like the worker like who like get past the worker registry, they just is assigned to like one TEE. Is it?
Ah, actually, it depends, because from the users side or from developer side, so we do some abstraction for the TE. We are not directly like expose the hardware to the user. So this, because I saw the questions before, is that how PHALA is different from the like AWS and GCP.
Yeah.
So is that actually we are not letting you to rent like certain workers of our network. Instead, we are wrapping it as a service. So we are a SaaS provider. And actually also, so all these TEs, actually we are wrapped these TEs into a cluster. So a cluster can have like at least one, and they can even take like all the TE workers in our network. So a cluster is very elastic. So and from the user side, they directly interact with the cluster. So to you, the cluster is just like a service that you can deploy the JS, deploy the JavaScript program, and like all the rest of things. So you just deploy a program, you just stake your token, and all the rest of the things are handled by us.
Okay, I see. It's like a serverless function, is it?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
it sounds like a serverless function. Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. Right. So let's move to the next question. Is I don't know like if this question apply to you because like after after you answer prior questions about like all kind of like worker registry. So so this question is basically like regulatory compliance is another important aspect, especially in sector like energy and transportation, or like we can include the Depin here. So how does PHALA Network navigate like the regulatory challenges to ensure that Depin remain compliant with relevant regulation while maintaining its decentralized nature? Yeah, so it's
Mhm.
basically like how can you guys like manage the regulatory of running the node, as I understand. Yeah.
Ah. I think for our side is it didn't have the like the regulation problems because things actually T hardwares they you can also think T hardwares they can be just like a PC or server with the like the Intel CPUs, so they are quite normal from the side. So and and also for our side, I think the major concern will be, for example, if you are running some privacy coin. So this had the regulatory problems. So and actually we didn't do that. So we uh, separate like the the coin part, so the finance part, from like the program part. So this means like all these like fat contract as the program, so it's processed the data, it's get access to the network. So this kind of things are running in the TE workers. But on the other hand, for example, if you are like transfer like the FAR token or like the other tokens, so the transfer of these tokens they happens on chain and they are totally public and they are not related to the like TE part. So there is no problem as you described.
Okay. uh, Another questions is not in the slide, but like I just
Mhm.
think about so you mentioned a lot about like the TEE things. So I wonder like how the substrate like is like is although like TEE things or worker is a part of substrate node or something.
Ah, actually, they are separated. So on one hand, like we have substrate node, which consists of the blockchain, and also we have the off-chain workers. So like so the I think their relationship is that all these off-chain workers they are managed by the substrate node. So all the instructions are sent to the substrate node to these off-chain workers. Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, thank you. Okay, maybe this question is unnecessary. So, uh, okay, so there's a question related to our hackathon. So, my like we talked about the hackathon before. Like, if you don't know, like right now, like OpenGuild is running a hackathon. That
Mhm.
have fun is one of our track. So, I have a question: is like, can you like help to recommend like some ideas that you think like the builders can build using the Fala technology that can impact to the network, like something
Oh,
that the other can get into it.
okay. Yeah, well, I think there can be three. Yes, I think yeah, I have three candidates. So first is usually about NFTs. So I recommend this because many of our partners they really use Fala to build NFTs. And since we have the TE, so which has the privacy, so you can store some secrets there. So many people use us to build the secret NFT. So secret NFT is is legit. So you can totally build that. So maybe some blind box you want to build for your users to give them some surprise. So you can totally use that to build the NFT with PHALA, and you use PHALA to do all these encryption and decryption things, so people cannot see before they open the box. So what's inside this NFT? And yeah, I think Epsilon, they are recently do the airdrop, and the major use case from their part is called Schrödinger NFT. So this is this is how they use PHALA. So I think similar ideas can be rely on us. Yeah, and I would say second part is that it's more Oracle related, but actually I want to generalize it a bit. So if you are thinking about like, for example, you doing something and you want it to be executed across multiple blockchain, or you want to like connect some APIs to use its data from a smart contract, and thinking about PHALA. So yeah, the middleware, the connection part, is the second use case. And the third use case is actually something we are doing right now, since I have just said that contract is updated to AI agent contract. So although we are not directly running the AI model inside Fair contract directly, but what we can do is that, for example, it's kind of a special oracle, but you can use Fair contract to wrap the OpenAI APIs to some smart contract, or like you use smart contract to manage to as to build a token gated agent, AI agent. So all of these are possible. So like I think the AI related things are very promising from my part. Yeah. So how to combine the Web3 and the AI? This is very interesting.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I really like the part of secret NFT. Like this is like the first time I heard about that concept. Yeah, like from my mind, I already think like NFT is something like when you deploy, like it is unchangeable, and it is in my first time like here like you have some kind of concept like a loot box, which is very beneficial for like ramming project. Yeah. There's also like we can get a football result using the PHALA technology, right? Like as I understand, like using like Oracle API.
Yeah. Only if you know where the HTTP API is to read the result, you can do that.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, so I think like that's all for our section today, and like, thank you for amazing answer to our questions, and yeah, also like great presentation about PHALA. Like hope that all the hackathon builders and also like the community member of OpenGuild find the like find the value. Okay, I think it's an amazing talk. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, Sylvan.
Yeah, thank you guys.
So for people in OpenGuild, like if you want to like contribute to like OpenGuild, you guys can propose new ideas, contribute to project, and like, just focus on the hackathon. Like the more registration hackathon we have, like the more event that we're gonna deliver to you guys. Yeah, so thank you for coming to our community call today, and see you guys in the next 2 weeks. Yeah, thank you everyone. Thank you, Paula.
Yeah, thank you. See you.